know.
Okay, so this is something Maul sent us. Thank you guys for kicking it with us.
Yeah.
So this is something Maul sent us. I just pulled it up so we talk about it.
Probably find something else. I don't remember why I sent this. I don't even know what the question is behind this. I forgot why I sent it.
Well, this is a video, so
yeah. Go ahead, just play it.
Teacher, you may go to jail under Georgia's Parent Accountability Act, proposed by Teachers Union. This is a terrible idea. What if you got a single parent with multiple kids?
I know why I sent it now. He just opened his mouth and told me why I sent it.
And fight the teacher. Send mom to jail. Now who's gonna take care of the kids? What, the state? Hell, they don't even want to give you food stamps. I don't know who came up with this, but this is terrible. Now we're criminalizing parents. If your kid hits a teacher, you may go to jail.
So this says Dr. Disability Scholar. Is that what this says? Disability. In my opinion, this is a terrible idea. This country is already criminalizing black and special. Of course, it goes straight to that. And special needs students with the school to prison pipeline, but I guess that's not enough. They want to send the parents to prison too. This person says, bro, you are the problem. Why are your kids hitting teachers? Raise children correctly, and this will never be something you have to worry about. I stand with the teachers, period. Delete this video. Teach your kids to keep their THEIR hands to themselves. I disagree with him. There are single parents with several children and raised respectful kids. Good point. He did not make any valid points. The average case on the teacher hitting a student first is 0% on average. Okay, show me a video where a teacher hit a student first. Students attack teachers because they take their phones.
That's some people who was calling them off.
It's like, wait a minute. Take their phones, knowing the phone shouldn't be out in classrooms during class or on no other electronic device. They attack teachers when the teacher embarrassed them in the classroom just being defiant. They do what they do because there are no consequences at home. Everything starts at home with the child. If a parent isn't parenting or being their child's friend, it's displayed in public most of the time. Okay. So, Maul.
That was just a question. What y'all think about this?
Shit, I think it's silly. I mean, like what he's saying is silly. I don't,
Big
so either the parent goes to jail or I don't know, maybe the kid go to jail or something, but something's going to have to happen. Like, somebody's going to have to be responsible.
To me, why is this even a question? Why is this even a question? Why is this even a question? Talking about shit. Yeah, it's like why are your kid hitting the goddamn teacher anyway? Like point blank period. Mm-hmm. That's not even a discussion. Shouldn't you be teaching your kid that from the jump, not hitting people? Mm-hmm. Like why is this even a question? And why is this even like you going back and forth? And you sound real. That's why I think I sent it because when he saw open his mouth, I'm like, this dumb ignorant. Like this dumb ignorant. I don't want to call him N-word, but N-word. Like you getting up here trying to defend this.
You know what I thought about? I forgot to say this during when we talked about the statue conversation. Generally speaking, it kind of really is off subject, but you ever notice in mass media the representation of black men is either sassy or a thug?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What you talking about? Like that's covering the news, anything like that?
Yeah, like for instance, in that video, the guy called himself a plus size man.
Oh, I'm thinking you talking about actually giving an interview or on an actual news channel.
No, you talking the people that they pick, they choose to.
Yeah, it's both. I'm saying both of what y'all saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a random thought that I was thinking about that I forgot to say, but
you thought dude was sassy too.
Yeah. Some ain't right, man. Some ain't right. Like what about the parent? What about single parents?
Hey man, I was raised by a single mother, and I ain't even dreamed of never hitting no goddamn kid. No kid, no student. No teacher, man. I ain't never dreamed about hitting no student, and my mama raised me by herself.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really remember kids, just growing up getting into it with teachers like that. I mean, obviously there wasn't any video or whatever, because sometimes people, the advent of the internet and people pulling out their phones and shit that hype people up to do dumb shit. But growing up, I don't remember a lot of kids lashing out towards the teacher. I mean, we may not like the teacher or whatever, and the teacher could have been, a little extra, but it wasn't to any point where, we trying to whoop the teacher's ass and put them in the full Nelson.
Be Humble said, I think parents should go to jail if the kids are doing crimes as well. Be Humble also said, if a kid is in jail and their parent isn't there, they may change their actions. If they're in there together. He said, that sounds about right. Yeah, this is absolute nonsense. I'll put this on the list of dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And it's sad to say that it's sad for this to be another example of not pointing to the root cause of the issue. The root cause of the issue is bad parenting. For a child to get to a point where they're okay with putting their hands on a teacher first, which I've seen it, but I actually watched a video on Reddit. Now I can't play it on YouTube because it's a fighting, but I don't know what Reddit doesn't give too much context a lot of times. But it was a video of, it was an all black school, I suppose, because all the people I saw in the video were black. But a student swung on the principal of the school multiple times. Now, granted, I didn't get context, and I was actually moving around, so I saw the video and I had to keep moving. But this happens more often than we probably even recognize or admit. And yet there has to be some sort of repercussion for the way that children these days are acting, because it's crazy. Like, I remember the story I told when I went to Jordan's. And I was down there with Venture and stuff. And the police, it was a crazy police presence. And I asked the police officer, why? I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but why are you guys all down here? And he said, because there's the TikTok trend of the hostile takeover is playing. There's a talk on TikTok about the teenagers coming down here and taking over everything and rioting and stuff.
I had, just to chime into what you were saying, because Jordan's is not too far from. I was at the Marshalls, clothing store, and it's right across the street from the high school, right there, Kenwood High School. And this could have been maybe 11 o'clock, a.m. Right? And I'm in there, and I'm like, damn, why y'all got so many security guards? Like, they had, you got some freaky shit going on, man. No.
Look at the score.
Oh, okay. But they had maybe like 5 or 6 guards in there. Like, this is 11 a.m. There's really nobody in the store. Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, because of the incident yesterday or whatever. So maybe that was around the time during the TikTok takeover trend or whatever. But it's just crazy that kids could even think like that. But kids don't really surprise me. I think it should be more kids should be going to jail a little bit more, to be honest. I mean, I'm just going, because
thinking the right words.
Yeah, I was trying to be, politically correct about it. Like, but yeah, they should, because I think they get a lot of leeway. Sometimes it's not necessarily about the parent, right? Sometimes I think the parent can do the best that they can, right? Some kids ain't afraid of getting no ass whooping from their parent. So, you could take away everything from a kid, and some kids just don't have that I don't give a fuck attitude. Right? And the kid is not going to outgive a fuck he's not going to outgive a fuck what the streets is going to do. Like, the streets is definitely not going to give no fuck. So I think that you really need to be putting that kid on, maybe not in jail or something, but there should be some type of juvenile detention. Mm-hmm. You can't, to me, you can't lock up the parent. Like, to me, once the parents see, oh, my child down here, boom, they make the phone call to the law, or whoever they make a phone call to the law and say, my child is down here or whatever. He's there. They are where they're not supposed to be. Yeah. Right. Cool. That puts them off the list. Right. And now that child is basically responsible for themselves. Because because a lot of times you see a parent, they may try to discipline their child, and then they go to jail. Right? Kids are not afraid to go call the police on their parent. Now, I'm from the old school where, my mom or, whoever it is, you threaten to call the police, she'll double down on it. Right?
Please call them.
Please call them. You can call them after you get this ass whooping.
You gonna take this first.
Right,
You take this right with you. And if they come here knocking on my door, I'm beating their ass too.
Right. I'm just from that era. But I think that a lot of these kids, I mean, granted, you have a lot of negligent parents. And I feel if we know that the parent is being negligent, your child is out. You know, we have one of these hostile takeovers. Here it is, it's, you know, after curfew and the parent hasn't made a phone call. I bet. Now we're going to have to start bringing you up on fines and charges. But as far as just like kids smacking the shit out the teacher or whatever, and he did that, and he or she did that because the girls be doing it too, and they decide to do that on their own, nah, they got to go to juvie. They got to go to juvie. And they're gonna have to do. This is another way that we can kind of save some money, right? Put there, okay. They go to juvie. Now you gotta go work on the side of the expressway and pick up the trash and the litter like they do back in the day.
Community service.
Community service, absolutely. They stopped a lot of that shit.
Yeah, I remember when I was growing up, I would see the people in the yellow jackets on the side of the highway picking up stuff. I'm like, what's that for? What's going on with that?
DuPage County still do it. I see it from time to time on Route 83 where they'll have a sheriff bus.
Yeah.
But like Cook County, I don't really recall. I've done community service for, you know, something local that I did, but you know, I think that's something that a kid can kind of learn from, especially in the city of Chicago, man.
Yeah.
But there's too many lawsuits and different things that I feel like the city is trying to, you know, stay away from. Because, you know, the frivolous lawsuits that people put on the city.
You know, I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think to the extent of, I think punishing the parents, it's like the parents paying for the sins of the child type of thing. I think huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Or maybe a fine. Maybe you fine the parent and the child goes to, the parent still catches the fine. It's still your child or whatever.
Okay.
Right, the parent catches the fine, but this child still got to go do a little time at the juvie.
Yeah.
Right?
I was just going to say something.
Because it's still your child.
That's I like that. Yes.
Because the parents still got to be responsible for your fucking kid. You got to raise your goddamn kids, bro. Like, quit being your kid like you're not your kid's friends. Quit being your kid's friend. Quit trying to think you're going to be the bad guy. Raise your fucking kids.
1,000%, 100, yes.
So I'm with you on some type of punishment. I think it should be some type of punishment for the parent too, but the like you say, kids shouldn't be getting away scot-free just because your parents. No, it's gonna be on both of y'all. We're gonna put this shit on both.
Because they don't really like the kids. They'll get away with so much, right?
And yeah, and the parents stay paying for it.
No, I'm just saying right now they'll get away.
Yeah.
They'll get away with so much, like, you know, scot-free, slap on the hands and shit like that. And then all of a sudden they do something a little bit more, just a little tad above what, you know what I'm saying, they used to, right? The threshold, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, you being charged as an adult.
Yeah.
Instead of catching their ass early on, try, you know, not necessarily like if you do right or whatever, all this could be wiped off your record.
Yeah.
But instead of catching them early in the game, you know what, tell them that it's a consequence for everything action that you do. You can't be stealing from people. So boom, you steal from, I don't know, let's say I said Marshalls earlier, you steal from Marshalls, right? Here's a $500 fine from your mom, for your mom or your dad, and then guess what? You got to do X amount of community service.
Clean out these sewers.
Right? That's what I'm saying. And we can start saving money. It's actually kind of giving back as well. Because you're going to have some bad kids regardless.
Go clean out these sewers.
Yeah.
All these leaves and shit on these sewers was showing floodings. Come clean these sewer tops. Put his ass down there, clean some septic tanks. You know, all that type of shit.
Some
Yeah.
septic tanks.
Yeah. You doing that all for free.
But I think, the system is doing what the system is supposed to do. Yeah. Right? The system is not to rehabilitate.
It's to keep you coming back.
It's to keep you coming back. It's to keep the chaos going, right? So the solutions that we're offering may sound like it helps, right? But they want kids fucked up out here. Yep. They want you tearing up, right? Because it provides jobs for people, right? It provides police officers. We've said this before: police officers, firemen, paramedics, ambulance, you know, just the litany of everybody, right? Lawyers and shit. If everybody was doing what they were supposed to do and being a proper citizen, you know what I mean? Being a proper adult,
like that.
right? You would
too smooth,
right? It'd be too
profitable.
smooth, right? It's not profitable for nobody. Yeah. This is why you got the most fucking cops. You know what I'm saying? Just in the hood has the cops. No, like I'm in the hood. You know what I mean? I'm right outside of it. I see cops. There's not no problem.
Yeah, you see them
right?
all the time.
But the cops act like security officers. Their job is to report and observe. And then when the shit get, after they done shooting or whatever, then they come in and clean the mess. There ain't nobody out there. Have you guys seen some of the police that's out there? Some of the female police officers, they got not even overweight. I'm just talking about you dressed like y'all just got done going to the club or some shit. Nails, hair done. I'm talking about the police.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, nails, hair done. Nigga got, I'm not saying you can't have no haircut or nothing, but nigga, you don't scare me as no police officer. Nothing about you is really intimidating. Mm-hmm. You scared just like I am. We both scared. What you gonna do?
I need GSPD.
GSP. Hey, yeah, we GSP, Georgia
GSP,
State Police.
Yeah, they don't play that shit.
They only do that when they chasing niggas in cars, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what I thought another punishment is? Mm-hmm. Clean the motherfucking truckers' porta potties.
Oh,
get in here and clean this.
Yeah, clean porta potties. That's all punishment. Porta potties. Yeah. We need stuff. We need beaches clean. We need all this stuff. We need downtown streets clean. We need all that trash on the E-way after the snow. Mm-hmm. You know, all that trash that be on the fence and stuff. We need you to go down there and get that. We need you to start at motherfucking Austin and go all the way down to goddamn Halstead. We need that. We need all that clean.
Austin to the lake.
Yeah, we need all that clean. And guess what? We get you a time frame. Nigga, you got 2 weekends.
Mm-hmm. Like Cultivate say, the women they showing they figures.
Yeah. We need all that.
Who you chasing?
You ain't chasing nobody with that thing on there. That thing too big.
Right. Who y'all chasing?
You got 4 BBLs and you a cop.
BBL cop is crazy.
You got 4 BBLs.
So yeah, I think the system is doing what it's doing. It's designed to be like this. It's designed to be chaotic, right? Designed to have everybody pointing fingers. We parents are pointing fingers at the teachers. The teachers are pointing fingers at the kids. Parents, yeah. You know what I mean? So it just becomes this big debacle, really. And but all we could do is offer solutions. But of course, they're not going to take it.
Hey, man, but the real parents going to parent their kid regardless.
Yeah, that's the only way you can do it.
They're going to continue to parent their kids when they 18, 20, whenever. You ain't going to never stop being a parent. People say it stop at 18. No, it don't. They're going to come back for their advice. They're going to come back for all that all the time. You never stop being a parent once you're a parent.
And you tell them I told you.
Yeah,
I'm 1,000% in agreement with fining the parents for the things that the child does.
Yeah,
like it started at hypothetically, just the first thing that comes to my head is $100, and each offense after that it doubles, because people start moving differently once you start hitting them in the pockets.
That's a fact. Key point exactly right. Yeah, I remember the Shador thing. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, shout out to Jimmy Horn too. He got drafted to the Carolina Panthers. Y'all remember I always talk about him. Yeah. I fuck with him. Shout out to him too. Shador got a fake phone call from the Atlanta Falcons. Dude. His daddy had to pay that fine. Do you think he ain't beating his son ass for $150 coming out of his check? He had to pay $150,000 for his son making a prank phone call to Shador. And another person said, boy, if that don't come out of his college funds and all the money you got him saved up, you got to build that back up. B, you paying for this. I'm not paying for that. All your little accounts that you was going to get when you 18, that's coming out of all that shit.
Yeah, that ain't breaking no window.
That's 150. Yeah. That's some bread.
What? That's some bread. When I say one bread, 12,000.
Yeah,
that times 12. Damn.
Yeah, we gotta go ahead and get this up out you, B. You gotta pay that back. And I'm not. That's not coming out of none of my money. This coming out of all your money. That car, like Charlamagne said it good. That car you got, all that them clothes and them shoes you got, we selling all that shit so you can cover this goddamn fine you made me get.
Cultivate, message us on IG right now so I can figure this out. I don't know. We've been trying this for like 3 weeks now. I don't know why.
What's she trying to call in?
Yeah, well, she was trying to send us something before, and I didn't see the message. It's not showing up at all.
I thought you said go see it now.
Yeah, it's up here. So Cultivate, while you're here, message us right now so we can see it and we can get you all that, whatever. But yeah, absolutely. I think
she said something that I think that could be possible though.
Or
maybe he wasn't fined at all. He is white, and maybe that
he who
the person that called Shador.
Okay.
And maybe that is because I think that could be possible where we put a statement out there like, hey,
okay, because because they did say they found the team and the dad. Out of so
we
it's a good gesture though.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's all. That's all we're gonna talk about today. Thank you guys for kicking it with us. So this is something Maul sent us. He wanted to throw this up for the mesh on today as we close out our day.
Motherfucker.